Hello, welcome to JP Arts. While I'm finishing up my LEGO Kirby in the Forgotten Land Wave 3, I put together this character pack based on LEGO Mario character packs. Just like those, you receive a random one of these characters in each pack. I will go over this again briefly in the Wave 3 video. I will go much more into detail in this video. The characters are all on stands based on the bases of the collectible figurines found in Kirby the Forgotten Land. This was a lot of fun to make as it allowed me to make some characters that I never got around to making in my custom sets. There will still be some characters from the game that have not appeared in any of my custom sets, but some are just so hard to design in LEGO. There were actually a few I tried to design for this character pack that I ended up replacing because they look pretty awful. Let's jump into the first character. This is Spookstep, a ghost enemy making its first appearance in Kirby Triple Deluxe and appears in Forgotten Land in a few levels. This build is a simple design, though I struggled a bit with the arms before landing on a much more basic design for them. I think this bright light blue color works perfect for Spookstep. I love how the face print turned out. One of the more simple builds in this character pack, but I love it nonetheless. Next is Scarfy, the cute cat-like enemies that float around and have appeared in a ton of Kirby games. I really like the build design for this one, deciding on making it 3x2 studs rather than the 2x2 I use for most of the Kirby characters was definitely the right decision. It captures that slightly oval shape so well. The build attaches to the stand by this green bar piece to reference how floating characters attach to the stands of the figurines in the game. And when Scarfy gets angry, here's its creepy angry form to chase after Kirby and explode. I originally had the two forms together in one pack, just like the figurine of Scarfy in Forgotten Land, but that would make this specific pack contain way more pieces than the rest. I wanted them to at least be within a close piece range. This build was a bit complicated to design, especially with the mouth, but I like the finished product. The only thing I'm not too happy about is the eye print. Not sure what it is, but something just looks off. Next is Hothead, the classic enemy that gives Kirby the fire ability upon inhaling it. This is actually not the first time I've made Hothead in LEGO. If you remember, he was in the Welcome to Wandaria set back in Wave 1, but it's been a while and I felt like including him. He has updated eye prints as well as a few small changes. I really loved how this build looks. It's one I would like to make in real LEGO one day. Here's Ghost Gordo. I was originally planning on making a set based on the Evasion at the House of Horrors level in World 3 that would include Lightbulb Mouth Kirby, Ghost Gordo, and Spookstep, who also ended up being in this character pack. But I could not find a way of designing a good-looking Lightbulb Mouth Kirby, so I scrapped the idea and the two ghost enemies end up here. Anyway, I like how the build looks. I recolored the 1x1 spike pieces to magenta to use for this build, as they currently have not appeared in that color, but it was the perfect color for the spike, so I had to. Personally, one of my favorites in this pack is Meta Knight Sword Kirby. I want to include at least one Kirby ability in this pack, and I picked the Meta Knight Sword. It's an ability that I'll probably never find a good set to include in, so this is the perfect excuse to make it. I really love the face print and the tiny little wings on the back. Puppy Bros Jr. has been around since the very beginning of the Kirby franchise. Just like Hothead, this is not the first time I've made this character. He also appeared in Wave 1, but in the Alville Mall set, one of my personal favorite sets from the first wave. I never gave him any printing, and there were some needed improvements. So here he is now, looking much better. He looks so cute. Speaking of cute, here's Kirori, an adorable enemy that rolls up giant snowballs to roll at Kirby. I was actually not aware until making this build, this character made its debut in Kirby's Dream Land 3, but didn't appear in another game till Forgotten Land. Anyway, I love how this build turned out. He's simple yet adorable, and even comes with a snowball to roll around. Here is Bomber, the iconic enemy that walks off edges to then create a huge explosion. If inhaled, he'll give Kirby the powerful crash ability. I really like the shaping of the build, and the skull print looks great. Also include a star block because these enemies are always found tipping off the edge of an object. And finally, here is Blade Knight, the enemy that gives Kirby the sword ability. This build hasn't appeared in any of my custom Forgotten Land sets, but was used in my LEGO Idea submission, which, speaking of, has gotten over 5,000 supporters already, but still needs a lot more for it to make it to 10,000. If you haven't already supported my Ideas project, I would really appreciate it if you could. I'll leave a link to it in the description. And if you already have, please spread the word about it. It's not easy getting to 10,000 supporters. I'll need all the help I can get. Anyway, that's all the characters in this series. Let me know which one is your favorite. I'd love to hear what you think. Also, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. Have a great day. God bless.